Welcome back everyone to Let's Play Spy Fiction. It's time for our next mission, which is really an extension of our last mission. We're still on board the Metropolis. We did complete our mission previously, which was to listen to the secret meeting between Kaysen and Kelly Wong. However, we found out that there's to be a demonstration of this new supposed superweapon, Lahder, on board the Metropolis to potential buyers. We still don't know much about Lahder, other than it's some kind of virus that Kaysen developed at Nanotech Dyne. But since we know that there's a demonstration that's going to happen, we've been ordered to watch it to find out exactly what this is all about. So our time aboard the crime blimp has been extended. Let's enjoy.
Samuel contacted me by radio. We are awaiting clearance for covert ops and engineering. Red tape. Makes my life a misery. The situation is critical. Your mission goes above and beyond the call of duty. Infiltrate the test run of the mystery virus, Lahder. It's taking place in engineering, in the event hall. Remember what Nicholas told you. Your radio will be useless. One step out of the machine room and you're on your own. If you run into a dead end or need to review your orders, come back here. Be warned, the balloon is exposed in several places throughout engineering. Use extreme caution with your firearms. It's important. They're using a flammable gas mix in the balloon. Not a wise decision. Actually, it could be a fatal one. One careless shot in the wrong place, and we'll have another Hindenburg. Do you understand?
Mm-hmm.
It's time to roll out. Make me proud, Phantom.
I'll stay here at HQ to review the data you collected. Get into the event hall and see Lahder firsthand. Back in the hole.
Sure, we'll do that. But first, let's beat up Nick.
I'm one of the good guys.
He doesn't appreciate it. But we can actually take a picture of him in his sneaking suit. So no longer Nick disguised as a security guard, but Nick as himself. This is a little bit different from our other disguises, as since we're disguised as someone wearing a sneaking suit, we can use the same abilities that our normal sneaking suit has. Like the cloak, the jumping, all our weapons. Of course, if we get spotted, it'll be the same effect as if we weren't disguised at all.
Find the event hall in engineering. I've got something I need to check out. I'll be your backup.
And that's the game's way of saying that they did not program an AI companion in the game. So we have to go it alone. So there are some laser fences here. We have to take out their power boxes. We've seen this kind of thing before, but if we look around, it seems that we're in the balloon area that Eve mentioned, and she did mention something about things being flammable. I mean, that's one way to get rid of Lahder. That'll do it. But unfortunately, it won't let us. Billy's methods are much shorter and to the point. I mean, if he had his way, we would have just killed Forrest Kaysen to begin with. And bothering with all this. But yeah, as with every other section with lasers, we do have to find the power boxes that are scattered around the area. And as we do this, they're just scattered around a larger area than we've seen before. Previously, these boxes have been close by to the lasers, but this level has some rather spacious areas that we have to hunt these power boxes down in. It's not much of a big deal, but if you can't figure out where they are, it can be a bit of a pain to try to locate them. One more fence in front of us, but if we look carefully, there's something else in front of us. A guard. Might as well take his clothing data right now. And that last box, yep, up there. It can be hidden away anywhere, really. Fortunately, in this area, the flashing lights are facing us, so it makes it a bit easier to see.
Must be getting tired.
Yeah, must be.
Must be getting tired.
Mm-hmm. How about talking in a completely different accent now?
Must be getting tired.
Still getting tired.
Perimeter secured.
Sir, yes, sir.
Good. Maintain high alert status.
Roger that.
Mm-hmm. Maintain high alert status indeed. No real reason to do this, but stunned enemies do drop items like security tags, and Billy does need a lot of those. Kelly Wong!
Help me!
Who told you to kill the target? It's against orders. Mission over, pal. Way to go. Months and months of planning down the drain.
I don't see why there's such a problem with Billy's methods of doing things. Let's just take a picture of her. I mean, this could have been all over by now. Our two main marks have been Kaysen and Wong. We can take them both out. So that little cutscene made us teleport and lose our disguise. We know Wong went through that one door, but there are a couple other doors we can go through to get some goodies. Some optional rooms, with more laser fencing, more finding the power boxes. So if you do want to find all the garbology and all the items, then you do want to take these optional rooms. Though if you want to get through things as fast as possible, you don't have to. I mean, but again, seriously, if Lahder is really all that dangerous, we could have solved that problem a couple times by now. I mean, there is always the chance that leaving all these people alive are just going to end up biting us. We are giving them the opportunity to show Lahder off to these buyers. Maybe we could just put a stop to that before it happens. Alright, so we did take a picture of Kelly Wong from the back without her face data. And that's what that looks like. I can't see it very well. But even without the face data, it is one of the most secure disguises we can have in this level.
That's a stink bomb. This grenade releases an overpowering odor. Skunk extract. Disgusting. Hold down the square button and let go to throw it. Oh, the clever things I think of.
Yeah, it's clever. Milk a skunk, or juice a skunk. I don't know what you call doing that. I don't really want to think about doing that. Stink bombs put enemies to sleep. I don't know why they would put them to sleep.
Hey, it's Hopeblade. Didn't know they hid that there. Nasty gizmo. Perfect for slicing and dicing if you don't have a free hand. It gives you an advantage in hand-to-foot combat. Get it? They're called Anki in the Far East, an ancient weapon of choice. You're welcome, grasshopper.
The toe blade may sound a little familiar, because we did get it back in the prologue. We never actually had the chance to use it, Basically what it does is it makes your feet killing weapons. Instead of just stunning enemies, it's possible to slice their jugular with your feet as you kick them. Okay, here's a better look at Sheila wearing the dress without the face data. Anyway, even though it may seem very conspicuous to these bodyguards that we are dressed up as their boss, when we're obviously not their boss, no one seems to really notice. See? Oh. I'm kind of hesitant to use the toe blade in something like that, because we would have to knock an enemy down more than once to be able to actually kill them with the toe blade, which would allow them to call the other guards. Anyway, more finding boxes. There's one. Kind of difficult to see because its light is turned away from us. Some of these can be a bit of a pain. We do want to get everything we possibly can, of course. Fortunately, that Lahder demonstration will wait for us to catch up. No garbology here, but we do get a new gun. It's the type of gun that the black-suited guards are using. So it gives us a little automatic power. Firing power. We could also use this if we're disguised as the guards, which we can't do normally.
That's a button transmitter. Sure, it looks like a button, but it's a powerful transmitter. Set it anywhere and you can track your target on the map screen. Engineered that little gem. I amaze myself sometimes.
So that allows you to plant a bug that looks like a button on an enemy, or any character really, and see where they are on the map. Maybe I'll even find a use for it during this playthrough. I haven't yet. I really don't know why I would need to use that. Let's try to be subtle here. Sneak around that guard. Nothing suspicious. Yeah, must be getting tired. Nothing suspicious about jumping out of a dumpster. What?
Must be getting tired.
Yeah, that's right. Everyone must be getting real tired. Okay, kind of a pain here, because for some reason there are laser-powered sentry guns that are not... they don't discriminate whether or not you are friend or foe. So we're gonna have to jump over these. There is a box we can use to deactivate them, but they're on the upper side of the wall right here. So we would have to get rid of that costume anyway to use a gun, because for whatever reason we can't use our guns when disguised, unless the gun is appropriate to the disguise. These guys are taking longer and longer to stun with the shaver. Alright, so we come into a little fancy waiting area. This is probably where we want to go, because we do know that there's some VIPs that are going to be in attendance at this Lahder demonstration. Let's try out the toe blade and see if we can get this... Okay, and I wasn't even trying to use a scorpion claw. I wasn't even trying to do that. Wanted to punch and kick, so let's... No. Let's see if we can do a backflip and hit him while he's on the floor. No. No, okay, forget it. So yeah, the backflip can also become a lethal blow when using the toe blade. So we want to find where this demonstration is going to be. Fortunately, that garbology... hold on. Knocking that guy out might have been a bad idea, because that guy saw it.
Intruder! Alert!
Okay. So while Billy... Well, Billy waits for that alarm to wear off. Let's go back to Sheila. So yeah, some garbology that we pick up will tell us where the guests are going. They're going to the event hall. And as a signal that they are VIPs, they will be holding red roses. Unfortunately, we don't have a red rose, but we are dressed as a guard, so let's see if that works.
Why are you here? Get back to your post.
No, that didn't work. They're not letting us in. So we need to dress up as a VIP with a red rose, but we haven't seen anyone like that. Going to have to figure out how we can get by that guard. Alright, so... passage we haven't gone into yet. Don't know where it leads, but maybe it'll be something helpful. As long as we can find someone to take a picture of who's holding a red rose, then we should be good. And again, more lasers, because this level loves lasers and it loves power boxes that we have to find to deactivate the lasers. So a whole bunch of lasers on the Metropolis. They never actually explained why the gas used to lift the Metropolis is so flammable, did they? I think there's even a garbology that exclaims disbelief at that they were using, I think it was hydrogen, for the blimp instead of helium. And the whole... hold on.
What is this, a crime convention? Asian Special Forces commanders, African arms dealers, European paramilitary, Middle Eastern militants, the scum of the earth.
Alright. That whole bit about the blimp blowing up, not much, I don't think it's a spoiler, but it doesn't actually come up ever again. It doesn't actually get mentioned. So the only reason that whole bit was there was to be able to shoot it once and blow it up. I guess that's worth it on its own. Now, it's hard to see, but those two women are holding roses. So if we're playing as Sheila, we can get a disguise right here. If you're playing as Billy, though, of course Billy can't wear female disguises. We've established that. So we have to find a guy who's holding a rose. Have to crawl around a little bit more for that. Though I do really think they missed the boat on Billy not being able to wear women's disguises. You get this little kind of mazy thing here, where we're crawling through vents a whole lot. Oh. Think those... no, those aren't the same women, but it looks pretty much the same. Still no men. One more vent to try, though.
Yes, Mr. Oliver?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what Lahder is?
I'm clueless.
It sure is a big secret. What's your guess?
Well, it could be an orbital laser. I've heard rumors there's a new one with an accuracy of plus or minus 10 centimeters.
That would rip right through the balloon.
That kills my theory.
Well, if it was a laser, I don't think they'd test it by shooting it at the blimp. But okay, we know it's not anyway. We know it's a virus. Okay, so Billy's got his costume. But what we also know is that the VIPs don't actually know what Lahder is themselves. They're here to watch the demonstration, but apparently we know more about it than they do. But now that we've got both Billy and Sheila with roses, that means we're going to be able to enter the event hall and find out what this Lahder actually is. And after that, our mission will be complete, so we should be able to just leave the metropolis. I don't know how they intend to leave the metropolis. Maybe they're going to skydive. Maybe it wouldn't hurt to blow it up before we leave. You know, after we find out what Lahder is, maybe it's okay then. Alright, unfortunately there's no closet on this side of the hallway, so we're just going to shoot our way through. We could be stealthy, but... nah. Alright, the closet's over here. So now we can get dressed up with our red rose. And... you know, thinking about it, it probably wasn't a good idea. Because another guard is going to be coming through that door. Yeah, and that'll happen.
Roger. Strike squadron. Move out.
Okay, so while Billy waits that out, let's go back to Sheila.
Hurry, please. The demonstration will begin shortly. Step this way.
Well, good. We've been waiting this long to find out what Lahder is. We've got a bunch of other people who are waiting to find out what it is, too. So let's hear what they have to say.
Wong is selling F-117s. The U.S. government doesn't take kindly to thieves. She's a dead woman.
Yeah, I'd imagine she would be. If she stole F-117s and was selling them to the highest bidder. Imagine that would...
Let's get this show on the road. I'm dying to find out what Lahder is.
Yeah, that's why we're all here. But apparently Kelly Wong's got a whole bunch of other weapons as well for sale.
Wong's selling a satellite. Enigma stole one from the Germans. So that's who she's working for.
A satellite too, that must be pretty difficult to steal. How do you even do that?
How the hell did Kelly Wong lock her claws on the ICBM?
ICBMs?
Firepower. Who's she working for?
Lahder seems a bit insignificant at this point, I think. One more. Let's see what he has to say.
It's a packed house. Whatever Kelly Wong's hawking, it must be deadly. The room's lousy with arms dealers.
Well, we're finally here at the demonstration, so I think it's about time we find out exactly what Forrest Kaysen's creation is.
You've all been invited here tonight to witness for yourselves the wonders of Lahder. This evening, you will all see just what it's capable of. Introducing Dr. Forrest Kaysen, who will demonstrate it for you.
Thank you. It's my pleasure to be here tonight. I hold here in my hand the future of the world. This is Lahder. It's a subtle, elegant weapon that will eliminate your enemies without firing a single shot. Lahder can eliminate a person, a city, or an entire country. Within this tiny sphere lies the weapon that will hand you the victory you seek.
Remember this moment. After tonight, the world will never be the same. Lahder! As you have seen, the Lahder virus invades the victim's flesh and causes it to burst. Nothing can stop it. There are no vaccines, there is no antidote for it. As you can see, it is the perfect weapon. On a special note, Lahder's dormancy period can be easily extended or shortened. It can kill instantly, as you have seen here. Or it can lie dormant for days or weeks, allowing the virus to spread and infect an entire population. None of your enemies can combat Lahder. And they will do whatever you want, out of sheer terror.
Come in. I know it's dangerous, but it's worse than we thought. Remember the emblem on Kaysen's computer and in the casino? I knew it looked familiar to me. HQ ran a check on it. Bad news. It's the symbol of the international terrorist group Enigma. They've been operating in Eastern Europe. Many nations have suffered at their hands, but we've never been able to nail them. Seems that they're running this show. Damn! The mission's been compromised! Get out on the double! They're sending guards! I'll meet you in the machine room!
Uh-oh, the mission's gone bad. They've discovered us. And it turns out that Lahder's a pretty deadly virus after all. So what does Billy Bishop do in a situation like this? Only one thing to do. Kill everyone in the room!
Help!
Oh.
The alarm!
Actually, maybe that wasn't such a good idea.
Here they are! Seize them!
Alright, so we've seen the end of Forrest Kaysen. He died in a horrible way from the purple gas he created. Oh, there's an alarm going off right now because Nicholas was discovered. That makes this area a pain to get through because they keep checking you.
I get some checkout. Go ahead.
It's quite an annoying section if you're trying not to be discovered. Right, that was the same guard who just checked us. He's doing it again. Some bad short-term memory. So we've lost all our C's now. Alright, so we're gonna try to get to a particular door. However, at the same time, we're gonna want to try to turn this alarm off because while this alarm is going, the doors will be locked. However, if we can get to a security terminal... Hold on. Oh, too late. Yeah. That activated danger. But that's okay, because if we can at least stun enough guards so no more come out, we can get to the security terminal and turn off the alarm. Oh, that was too far, but let's see what the stink bomb does. Pure skunk extract, which causes people to fall asleep for some reason. The sleep effect is better than the stun effect. It lasts a good deal longer, it seems. So these guys will be out for a while. In the meantime, there should be 2 other guards walking around somewhere. If we can take them out, then no more guards can actually enter the scene, and we can turn off the alarm. We might want to check the map, however, because there are 2 doors. Well, there are 2 doors that we can see that seem to lead out of here. And okay, it's not this one, it's the other one we were just at. However, it will remain locked until this alarm goes away, which is one of the kind of annoying things about this game. Okay, we activated the danger again. But at least here are the other guards, so let's stun them. That didn't work. By the way, something I found out was it appears that the Goodnight Ring really does need to be aimed at someone's head. It doesn't seem to be very effective if you aim it at their body, even if it's not Kaysen. Okay, so that's everyone. Now that we're in caution, we can use our security tag at the sec term to shut it off. And that's why those security tags are very useful. You don't want to collect as many of them as you can, otherwise we would have just had to wait for the caution to finish, which is kind of a pain. Okay, so the door will be unlocked, and these guys are still asleep, and... oh, good!
We've lost contact with one of ours.
So
All squadrons, maintain post.
we're in caution again, which means the door's locked again. I could have just edited this, but I kind of wanted to show that this section is kind of annoying. It's also the reason I don't really like stealth games, because they tend to have things like this. I mean, I know you kind of have to punish the player. Hold on, let's re-stun these guys so they don't get back up. I know you have to punish the player for being discovered, but still. Okay, so assuming, yeah, let's shoot this out just to be cautious. So assuming we don't get caught like that again, that door will be unlocked this time. And we can step out. Here we go. Okay, so the two main villains that we've been introduced to are both dead in quick succession, and they've been replaced by two others. One we've already met, Dietrich Troy. We met him in the prologue. The other one, that guy with the red beret, is unknown to us, though we actually did meet him at one time, though under very different circumstances. We'll find out more about him next time and see what happened to Sheila, as well as Billy, as we enter apparently Dante's Inferno. See you then.